Now to a follow-up on a story we brought you last week. Oakland A's broadcaster Glen Kuiper suspended indefinitely after accidentally using a horrible racial slur on air. It's clearly accidental. Kuiper was getting ready to call a game earlier this month between the A's and the Royals. During the pregame show, he was telling his audience how he and his co-host spent their day in Kansas City, and he was trying to celebrate and highlight the Negro League Baseball Museum, whose mission it is to preserve the history of the African-American players who were not allowed to compete in Major League Baseball because of segregation. But instead, he used the N-word.
We had a phenomenal day today. League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
Later in the show, Kuiper issued a live on-air apology.
A little bit earlier in the show, I said something didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to, and I just wanted to apologize if it sounded different than I meant it to be said.
The damage was done. Hours later, Kuiper was suspended indefinitely by NBC Sports. But unlike the network, the president of the museum, Bob Kendrick, who will join us live in a moment, took a more forgiving approach. He said, quote, "I welcomed Glenn to the NLBM yesterday and know he was generally excited to be here. The word is painful and has no place in our society, and while I don't pretend to know Glenn's heart, I do know that my heart is one of forgiveness. I hope all of you will find it in yours to do the same." Kendrick says for that forgiving approach, he has been receiving hate mail. Now remember, Kuiper was trying to bring attention to the museum. He had just spent the day there with Mr. Kendrick. Let's be clear. There is no doubt the N-word has a particularly ugly history in this country. It is worse than accidentally saying, the F word on the air. But if it was an accidental mix-up of words, as it clearly seems to have been, with an immediate apology, which there was, followed by another apology after the game, maybe we all need to look at this more like Bob Kendrick does. Joining me now is Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so talk to me about your response. Why did you decide on forgiveness?
I just think it falls in line with the spirit of the story that I am a steward of. I've been involved with this museum, Dan, for 30 years now, and I've gotten to know so many Negro League players and their spirits. They all had this endearing spirit, and it was a spirit of forgiveness. They could have been bitter about the things that transpired in their lives as they were trying to play baseball in this country, but they seemingly never harbored any bitterness or expressed any ill will toward anyone who may have attempted to perpetrate something against them. And so if I'm going to be true to this story and to the spirit of this museum that I represent, and even more so true to myself, for me, it was a no-brainer to forgive a man who had issued an apology. And that's simply what I did. And when you do these kinds of things, I'm not doing them for approval. I'm not doing them for applause. Certainly didn't expect the condemnation that came along with it. But, all of that comes along with the territory. Yeah. But it's so important for myself that I stay true to who I am as a human being.
He had spent the day with you, as you said. It clearly seemed that he was trying to promote the museum. It seemed to me, and I wonder what you make of this theory, it seemed to me like he knew that the word was an old word that isn't used anymore, but that he chose the wrong one. And I know that that's the most innocent way to view it, but boy, when you watch that video, you watch the way he's trying to promote and build up the museum, that's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah. Well, again, now I'm not naive enough to understand that he's likely used the word before, because you don't slip if you don't have that word in your vocabulary. And that's okay, because I know that there wasn't malice intended. There are a lot of people that have used that word in private conversation. And I'm not condoning what was done. I am forgiving what was done. And to me, that's two different things. And as I said in my statement, the word carries a lot of, it's hurtful.
Yep.
and particularly in my community, and the people that I represent, and I understand that. But again, I know that it was not deliberate. I know it wasn't intentional. And so from where I come from, I can accept his apology.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.